No, I think she said do that first. Oh, okay. Yeah, and then go to Main Street, I think she said. All right, so this is going to be our first stop over here. So we were just in that building there in the center of your screen there. And in about 10 minutes, we're going to take a tour of this brick church back behind this building.
And the graveyard here had two purposes. It was originally for what Moravians called strangers. If you were not a member of the Moravian Church, you were a stranger and you could not be buried in God's acre. You also couldn't live in Salem, so you didn't have very many strangers that died here, but legally they needed a place to bury them. This room is set up in preparation for a Moravian love feast, although the room itself was a Sunday school classroom, and so was the space across the hall. But the most famous one is the Christmas Eve love feast, which in the modern world is open to the public. The Moravians don't call non-Moravians strangers anymore, but they do welcome non-Moravians to come and partake of that service. Nowadays, the Easter sunrise service, anyone can show up. It's kind of almost a rite of passage in Winston-Salem to say you've been to the Moravian Easter sunrise service. Mr. Berger on the right, they don't know too much about him, but the Moravian records say he worked for the British. With a German name like Berger, he might have been one of their Hessian mercenaries. It's in keeping with something that you see a bit with the Moravians, is once they set a plan for something, they don't let a whole lot get in their way. They started digging their water system right in the middle of the Revolution. And they had already decided to build this church before the Civil War started, and so they just went right on with building it. And by December of 1861, this church was in full operation. And of course, this space would be filled with benches and pews, but we don't really have a good space to show a classroom right now, so that's what we have here. And it would just be a simple Sunday school. A proper formal school for the children of the freedmen was constructed, 1867, 89, somewhere around there.
You don't bake with the fire, and the fire is just heat up the stone, and you bake off the residual heat of the stone. You walk them all up here.
And this is where we will be baking. And so you can see the oven burning.
Oh, what do they have rising here?
Chipotle sun-dried tomato.
Oh my goodness, that sounds really good.
And this is rising the first time, and then Brother Jeffrey will knead it down into loaves, and he will bake it in the brick oven. We'll sample around 130 to 2.
Next month, actually, we'll be starting on my 18th year here. And I've seen lots of change. I mean, there's always constant change. Sometimes you just got to hang on and kind of ride it out, and it all comes back, rolled right back around.
The way you liked it.
Yeah, it does. I've got chocolate sugar cookie, and I think there's a regular sugar cookie on here.
Why don't you try the chocolate and I'll try the regular?
Alrighty.
I think I like the chocolate.
Very good.
Oh, you are welcome.
Chocolate shop is closed.
Permanently?
No, just today.
Just today? Well.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no sign.
These are neat. Got a lion and a dog.
Okay, so that building over there is the oldest surviving building in Salem, 1768. Wow, that is very old.
1768. So let's walk over there and see that.
See it really good over there.
Wow. Beautiful.
It's not a tour building.
All right, we're going in the doctor's house, the 19th century apothecary. So let's take a look.
He was doing surgical work in your own home as well. You can also see ingredients on the other wall. And we know that these were his things that he used. When he passed in 1817, they took an inventory of things that he had on hand. So we know at least a good sampling of what he used.
All of these have very distinct smells except for one of them, and most of these will seem very familiar because we have pretty much all of these in the kitchen these days.
I hate cinnamon because I like cinnamon.
Cinnamon, clove, and allspice.
That one smells like liquor.
Big household appearance, the guilty kettle over there, chair ribbon pot, and the ship of the
That's neat. It's metal after that. Beautiful old house. I love how this opening up here. Yeah, I mean, you could have several people standing here talking. And Violet. Wow, that's neat.
That is very neat.
Huh.
It doesn't look like it's open. Keep it going in the grass. I think it's hard.
Wow, you're doing great.
The thing is, you're using this thing to push it, not to whack it. When I tell the kids, it's not a musical instrument. You're just using the stick to push. Back in the day, people used to have races with PVC. But they're good. Oh, welcome to try
It looks like you're beating a child on the way home from school.
And they do sell these in the store.
Relax spanking's not acceptable.
This is maybe a boy's
Well,
thing.
thank you so much, ladies.
You're welcome. I'll see if Would you like to try? Anybody like to try it? Yeah.
No, thank you. I'm not coordinated.
How is it, Bert?
Delicious.
Your right hand. Tip that guy forward, so you're going in almost 50%, or 50%, perpendicular, because that guy is a scraper. Yep, exactly. And then big steps. That's it. Turning on the old spring pole legs. Good. And he also had made this horse later on in his career, so we ended up with all this stuff back. And then all those boring tools are original to the lathe as well. But he was really prolific. His name was Light, was his last name. And his spinning wheels are all over the place. So you can find a Light spinning wheel in most antique stores anymore.
Wow.
You know, you keep extending that cut, but your kerf is your guide. So once the kerf is established, that's really your fence. That's
You're
what's
just
keeping you on.
freehanding that. Then.
I'm freehanding it. Yeah. Oh, this guy here, you mean?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, this you're freehanding because you really can't cut beyond your mortise. You know, so the mortise is already in there, or dado, I should say. So you get that into the dado, and when you hit the corners, you know, it bumps up against it, and you just stop right there.
Right.
But like I say, it's really nice because you can angle it and cut into those crevices as well. But this, I pair off maybe 30 seconds at a time. So I just go through it really quickly, then tap it a little bit deeper and go through it quickly again till you get down the
I would
legs.
think when you're trying to slide that dovetail in there, there's going to be some point where it stops and you got to back it out and keep working that
That's right.
part.
That's right. Yeah, and a lot of people, what they'll do, it's hard to do it with such a narrow batten on such a long table. But if you do a graduation where it actually tapers, it's easier to fit it. Because if it's tapered all the way across, just slightly, you drive it until it stops, and then you pull it back out and you shave it down and you drive it till it stops and you keep doing that.
Yeah.
And if there's discrepancies when you're driving it, it polishes up that where it's bearing. So where it polishes it, just trim that part down first. Yeah.
And what kind of wood is that?
It's all black walnut. Yeah, that's all walnut.
That was pretty. And you put a finish on there?
Yeah, just a simple varnish. It's linseed oil, turpentine.
Yeah.
Usually use some kind of thickener like
I
sand.
smell the linseed oil.
Absolutely. And I usually put beeswax over the top of it as well.
Wow.
I haven't done that yet though. No beeswax yet. I gotta wait for it to cure a little bit. My varnish is getting old, so it's not drying as quickly as it should. So it's probably time to mix up some new varnish.
Hope Moravian Church, so we come up here to Winston every week. So I'm a Moravian myself.
Well, that's good. I grew up in Greensboro.
Really?
Yeah. And I grew up next to.
Blacksmith in Florida, I don't even understand. Welcome to the Tavern Kitchen. The tavern was like a hotel, so it's where the strangers or people who aren't Moravian are coming to stay. We're cooking for them in here. As a matter of fact, the reason part of the reason it's hot in here is we finished cooking dinner. I would rather have had just a salad, but we had to demonstrate a dinner.